Hey, what's up YouTube? Here I am with another tutorial, and this video is about giving you some vision. Alright, we're going to talk about blending, masking, layering sounds to recreate some instruments and giving you some info about the arranging and what I do. Alright, let's just listen to this track for give you the aspect of our work. Alright, listen to this.
Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Case my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Got another mouth to feed. Living with a babysitter, mama called a grave digger. Gone with the falling leaves. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, I can feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, I can feel it still. We can fight a war for peace. To that easy living, goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. Hope we could wait until the walls come down. Stop and give a letter to the kids in the middle. Oh, until it falls, won't bother me.
Alright, I guess you get the track and what happened over there. It started from the very empty places and then every instrument added in a specific time. So what I'm trying to tell you over here is about the guitars, the bass lines. They sound like instruments. They're samples. Yes, they are, and it's not very hard to tell, but the way I put it them, the way I want it, and try to fit them, that you will not notice, and about how I transpose them and fit them together like the way it should be. Now, in the very beginning, let's just start with the guitar. Alright, the guitar bass over here is not actually guitar, it's a synth by Spire. Let's just listen to the synth by itself. Now, it might sound like a disco or a synthwave style, and it's not like a guitar bass, but as soon as I added this sample of guitar, which is just a transient process it by transient shaper and remove all those sustain and give it some phaser and amps, it sounds like this. Now you might notice it sounds much more like a guitar, but it's still not, but it doesn't even matter because in track it sounds like the way I want it. But if you want to go further and give it more natural vibes, go for, that was my phone, don't worry, go for kontakt libraries like Ilya. They're very expensive, but you can do the same thing as I did over here, neither. And I want you to notice about this place. This is empty. Alright, I couldn't transpose this sample that much high because it would be like, oh my god, that's a sample. That was the place where people find out it's a sample. So I started to blending this place and removing that and adding some other instruments like this. And some percussions over here. So you won't notice what's going on, right? So that's part of blending. And sometimes people do this because they want it and they can't do this, but I do that right here because I couldn't find to transpose all the samples to make the way I want it. Right. The another thing is about the guitars over here. There are a bunch of samples and I've edited them the way I want it. Okay, listen to them. Okay, that was a string. As you can see, there sounds like totally uncompleted, right? There's something missing. There are a few gaps over there, and there are something you might think is false, right? It's in a wrong note. But when you start to blending them,
It's time to give a little to the kids in the middle. Oh, until it falls, won't bother me.
this sounds very well, right? Now this one, wow, wow, as you can hear, it gives you the vibe that you can't, it's always there, like it's in a whole track, but it's not, because I couldn't transpose this sample and keep putting this all over. But you can feel, okay, I can't hear that, but it was there, right? But it's not, trust me. Sometimes you have to blend stuff together, especially if you're a modern producer, because we don't have access to all those fancy gears and studio gears, players, right? So we have to lean on Kontakt libraries and samples and try to keep ourselves in the box and make something out of the box, right? By transposing, editing, finding the right samples, finding the right synths, and giving them the weight, the power, and the shape that we wanted. Alright, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you very soon. Thanks for watching. That's it. Bye.